Hey, this is Stacey Hall from staceyhall.com. Are you getting ignored on social media and just wanting to know exactly what you're supposed to do to get better engagement? If that is an issue you're facing, stick around because I'm going to share with you 10 super simple tips to up your engagement and get more people paying attention to what you've got going on. If this is the first time we've met, again, my name is Stacey Hall, and my mission is to simplify online marketing and make it fun for entrepreneurs to increase their confidence, influence, and results. If that sounds good, you're definitely in the right place. Before we go ahead with the quick tips I've got for you today, I just want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Somewhere around this video, there will be a spot for you to do exactly that because almost every week I come out with a brand new training designed to help you build your business. Okay. So you're posting all the time on social media and you're being as consistent as you know how to be, you're being as valuable as you know how to be, and yet you find that people are just not engaging with your content the way everyone tells you they're supposed to. Am I right? You throw something down and it's crickets and tumbleweeds. No more. I'm going to help you figure out how to get more likes, comments, shares, and engagement in general on your content so that you can get a bigger tribe of people and as a result, more lead sales and signups for your business. Does that sound good? Okay, without further ado, here we go. Tip number 1, grow your network. You've probably heard this a million times, but people don't pay enough attention to this. It is critically important for you to be adding people to your network every single day. Now, ultimately, it doesn't really matter if you're meeting these people in real life or online, but you need to be adding people into your world so you get different sets of eyeballs on your content all the time. It doesn't do you any good if you are showing your stuff to the same 300 people year in and year out, right? You're going to exhaust your audience really, really quickly, and then you're going to stall. You need to be meeting new people and creating new relationships, fostering them, and adding to your network every single day. So that is going to be really critically important for you long term. Tip number 2, know your target market. Do you even know who it is you're trying to help? Without that information, you're not going to be very successful, right? You have to know who the people are that you're trying to help, right? Right? You have to know specifically, precisely who it is that you want to get your product, service, or opportunity in front of. You need to know where they hang out when they're online, what they like, what they don't like, what they eat, what books they read, what things they're worrying about when they go to sleep at night. What is it that's on their mind? Who are their enemies? Whatever. What do they drive? I don't care. You have to know all of it. You need to know your target market inside and out so that you know what kind of conversations they're having with themselves. What are the things that their issues, their pains, their struggles, their desires, their dreams, their wants? You have to know all that stuff. You can't provide a solution to a problem you don't know about or understand. So it's really important that you get good at joining the conversation that those people are having inside their own heads. If you can meet them at a heart level, you will do extremely well. But in order to get good at that, you have to know who those people are. So that is going to be a very critical strategy for you. That goes hand in hand with knowing what your brand is, right? Like you need to know who you are first and foremost and what you stand for. What is it that you're doing to help people? How are you different from everyone else in your marketplace? That goes hand in hand with knowing who those people are that you're helping. So you really want to work on your branding and your target market if you're finding that you are getting zero engagement on your posts, because it could be that you're not calling the right people. Does that make sense? Tip number 3 to getting more engagement on your stuff is to engage with other people. I can't tell you how many times I have, been dealing with a coaching client or a teammate who's complaining about not getting enough engagement on their posts. And then when I ask them the question, are you engaging with them? They look at me kind of funny. But I mean, it should be common sense, but I know things are busy. We have so many balls in the air at any one time that sometimes we forget the obvious. If you want them to do that for you, you need to do that for them too, right? Go look at people's posts, like on them, love on them, comment, share, engage with other people's stuff, and guess what? Miraculously, they'll start engaging with yours. And when they do, that gets your content in front of their networks too. So you see how very quickly you can expand your reach and expand the amount of people who are engaging with your stuff. Tip number 4, be engaging. Be engaging. Have some energy, have some passion. You know, like, people get all caught up with the Facebook algorithm and whether or not, you know, what time of day they should post and what words they should use. Guys, if you focus more on just providing people things that are interesting and entertaining and educational and informative, and stop worrying about the algorithms and the way to like trick the news feed into favoring your stuff, just be interesting. Just be engaging. Do content worthy of being engaged with, and your engagement will go up, okay? So really, every time you go to post, think to yourself, if I was scrolling through the newsfeed, would I stop and look at this post? Would I be interested? Because a lot of times we are very similar to our target market. So if you think it's really awesome and you would stop and look at it, then your target market is much more likely to as well. So keep that in mind. If you want to stop being ignored, consider tip number 5. Don't post too often. This is revolutionary to some people, I'm sure. You shouldn't be posting every hour on the hour all day long. The old school way of doing it, we used to believe that the more you post, the more engagement you would get, but it's no longer true because there's like 2 billion people on Facebook on any given day, and there's not enough room in the news feed for all that stuff. So what happens is if you post too often, then Facebook just looks at that and goes, okay, well, if they've got a new post, let's just get rid of this one. And you might have a post in the morning that's doing incredibly well and getting a lot of engagement, but then you go and you post something an hour and a half later and it gets bumped. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot when you post too often. So here's the rule. I personally would not advocate for posting more than 2 to 3 times per day valuable content, and make sure there's a good 3 to 4 hours between each one, and that will maximize the amount of attention any one post can get before it gets pushed down further in the news feed. That should feel liberating to you, right? Post less to get more. Tip number 6, avoid putting links of any kind in the description of your post. I know it's tempting because it really makes things easier if you can just say, hey guys, if you're interested in this or you want to check this out, go here, and you just put your link in the description. But automatically when you put a link in the description of your post, it gets kind of pushed down in terms of the way the algorithm favors the material. Now, although I am saying to you, you don't want to overly concern yourself with the algorithm, and that's true, this is a simple tweak that you can avoid that can help you. So if you really need to put a link somewhere, just drop it in the first comment after the post instead of putting it in the description, and that will help you to get more eyes on your stuff. Tip number 7. Do more lives and video content and less other stuff, okay? This is no surprise, right? We know this now. Videos and Facebook Lives are here to stay. You just will do yourself a favor if you just get used to it as quickly as humanly possible, because the way that Facebook is set up, now other platforms are not that different, my friends. They still favor live footage, right? And video content. So no matter where you are, Facebook is kind of my home, but no matter where you are, that is likely to be true. Automatically, if you do live video, it's going to get the most engagement. It will be shown to more people just by default of the fact that it's live. After that, static video, then images that come with words, and then words alone. That's the order of how they'll be favored. So if you increase the amount of content you do that's live video and video, you will do better. Number 8, be a problem solver. That will automatically improve your engagement. If your posts are high value and they solve problems for the people in your marketplace, they are so much more likely to engage with it because it's helping them. We live in a what's in it for me kind of society, right? So if you give them something that they want, they're much more likely to engage with that content, share that content, and turn up to see what you do next. Because they're going to start to recognize that when they follow your stuff, they learn things that help them. So Think about being a problem solver for your target market, and you will automatically get more engagement as well. Tip number 9, avoid being salesy. So important, right? I always preach to brand yourself, not your company. This is so true. Don't post pictures of your product. Don't post pictures of your company. Create curiosity and don't do things that come across as salesy or smell salesy at all. You want the least amount of resistance as humanly possible. So when you word things in your post, stay away from things that sound the way an ad would sound when you're scrolling through the feed. Stay away from imagery that has like writing on it or arrows pointing everywhere, because that is traditionally like images you would create for an ad. So people see that and it still registers to them as something salesy. So just stick to things that are more authentic looking, natural, normal images they would see in the feed, and wording that is more sort of street friendly, I guess, like more typical of your conversational vernacular and less salesy in nature. You will do so much better if you keep that in mind. And last but not least, encourage interaction. Seems obvious, right? Encourage interaction. Make your post something that people almost can't not engage with, right? Like you can do a curiosity posts where you ask a question or have a fill in the blank, or discuss like something you've been pondering that you would love to get some feedback to help you out with. People love offering favors and helping people out. So if you post the things that you're working on or thinking about and you could get them to give you some feedback to help you out, people are so willing to do that. It gives you more engagement on your post, but it also engenders a lot of camaraderie between you and the people you're trying to build a relationship with. So that is a total win-win. It really makes them feel good because they know they're helping you out, and it works for you too. So there you have it. Those are 10 simple tips that can help you to increase your engagement so you stop getting ignored on social media. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, by all means, please share this with anybody that you think could benefit. They will love you for it because it's going to help them out. Before you go, quick question of the week. Are you having issues getting engagement on your stuff? And if so, which tip did you think was the best one and the most helpful for you? I would love to know. Drop it in the comments below so we can keep the conversation going. If you haven't been on over to my blog in a while, make sure you head over to stacyhall.com because there's a ton of training just like this waiting for you over there. And while you're there, make sure to download a copy of my Prospect Attraction Blueprint if you haven't done so already. It is going to help you learn to effortlessly attract your perfect prospects to you so you no longer have to chase them, and they're going to be automatically open to what it is that you're doing with your product, service, or opportunities. Sound good? Okay, I had a great time hanging out with you on this episode. Can't wait to see you on the next one. And in the meantime, go and make your mark. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye for now.